In this video, I'm going to be going through every single wrestler's 2025 and grading it from A to F, I guess you can call it. So yeah, the people who have not been in 2025, so people who have basically been injured, I will not be grading. So let's get into it. Alright, so first and foremost, we start with the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ Styles has had a solid year so far, but I wouldn't say it's been anything special, so I give him a B. AJ Styles obviously is one of the best in-ring performers WWE has, but they really have not done much with him. Akira Tozawa basically is barely seen. We saw him like a couple weeks ago when he had a segment with Gunther, but outside of that, we barely see him, and when we do see him, it's not anything special, so in my opinion, I'm gonna give him an F. Sorry, Akira Tozawa. Next, we have Alba Fire. Honestly, Alba Fire, kind of in the same situation as Akira Tozawa was just in, but here's the other thing with her now, is she's actually finally getting to be seen now within this past month. She joined Chelsea Green in the Secret Service, otherwise known as the Secret Service. And honestly, she's done a pretty solid job within it. She's being seen more and more, but then again, it also has not been anything special, so in that case, I'm going to give her a D. Aleister Black is next, and yes, we just saw him, and we have yet to know what he's really going to be doing, so honestly, with the return that he had, though, I'm going to give that a B. I don't think it was a phenomenal return or anything like that, but I think it was a really cool return to set up what he's going to be like, and I'm very excited to see what we get with Aleister Black. Next, we have Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley has kind of suffered in the tag team division this year because as they are pushing other tag teams, his tag team is starting to kind of fall off a cliff, so I can't really rank him anywhere higher than a C. Yeah, Alex Shelley. Next we have Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss gets a B. She had a really great return and a great couple of weeks after her return, but outside of that, we haven't seen her. So yeah, Alexa Bliss gets a B. Andrade, I have no idea where he has been really. I mean, he has been sticking it out in catering, it feels like, so I don't really know what we do with Andrade, but I give Andrade a D. Angel honestly has had a very solid year, kind of like what I said about the Motor City Machine Guns. Motor City Machine Guns have been falling off a cliff for other tag teams, and this is one of those tag teams. I want to say Los Garza has kind of climbed a little bit within the past few months, and honestly, I would have to give Angel a C because of his match quality. Not because of his backstage stuff, but honestly, that helps. That definitely helps. You know, with the Santos Escobar and Berto stuff, honestly, those backstage segments helps. It gives them a little bit of personality, and that's kind of what Motor City Machine Guns are struggling with right now. They don't really have much of a personality. So Angel Garza has done a very good job with that, so I give him a C. Next we have Angelo Dawkins. He gets a C. I mean, his yes, he just won the tag team championships, but honestly, he has not had a very memorable year so far. I would have to give him a C. Austin Theory gets an F. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Austin Theory, I mean, every time that I end up seeing that he's had a segment, it's been during a commercial break. Yeah, Austin Theory gets an F, man. I feel bad for him at this point. His booking has been atrocious, and we don't get to see enough of him, in my opinion, and same with Grayson Waller. Both of them are really cool, really fun to watch, and we barely get to see either one of them, so yeah. Austin Theory gets an F. Next we have Axiom, who just got called up onto the Smackdown tag team roster, and he gets an A. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm going to give Axiom an A because of his work down in NXT and getting brought up to the main roster. I am assuming they are wanting that tag division to start picking up a little bit of speed, and honestly, with the shit that he did down in Smackdown, or down in NXT, I really do believe that Axiom is going to be a very good tag team up in SmackDown, and I'm very excited to see what we get with them. I mean, he had a very good debut match last week, so I'm really excited to see what we get with him. Next, we have B-Fab, and honestly, B-Fab has not been memorable at all. She's someone who thinks she has a personality but doesn't. I gotta give B-Fab an F. Bayley's been somebody who's been getting shafted a ton this year. She is someone who's had to take a backseat for so many people. She just did it at WrestleMania with Becky Lynch. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Bayley gets a B at the highest. She hasn't done enough this year to get an A, but she's had some very good matches, very good segments. She has been one of the women workhorses of this entire year. I mean, yeah, she had a week back in February where she was just all over the place. She had like 7 fights in 1 week or something like that. That's insane. And 3 wrestling matches. She had the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game she was going to, and she had other things going on in her life. That's just incredible stuff from her. I have to give her a B for this. I mean, I would love to give her an A, but in the wrestling world, she has not done enough to get an A, in my opinion, and it's not her fault at all. Next, we have Becky Lynch. And if we're going to continue this course of what Becky Lynch has done so far, I would have to give her an A. Becky Lynch has done a very, very good job with coming back so far. She's had 3 appearances so far, one at the WrestleMania where she returned, Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania where she turned heel, and then this past Monday Night Raw where she basically justified her actions. And I think all 3 so far have been phenomenal. So yes, Becky Lynch gets an A. Berto is in the same case as Angel. I have to give him a C. Bianca Belair gets an A. She's had a phenomenal year so far, and I'm very excited to see what things she goes for, you know? If she goes for the World Championship again, I would love to see it. If she enters a feud with Rhea Ripley, which something she really should do, but I don't think they're going to do that because it seems as if she moved back to Smackdown, but that's alright. I'm sure there are going to be some really good things for her to do on Smackdown, so I'm excited to see what they do with her. But yeah, Bianca Belair gets an A. Next we have Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman has been tasked with putting over all of the new talent that are bigger guys like a Jacob Fatu and a Bronson Reed, and truthfully, that's just been really, really good to see. Braun Strowman has just been able to do whatever the hell they ask of him, and to a pretty good level. I mean, not as high of a level as you'd want to see, but honestly, it's been a really good year for him so far. I would have to give him a B with all the work that he's done so far. Next, we have Braun Breaker, and up until this point, I probably would have given him a B, but now after joining Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, I gotta give him an A. I mean, seriously, this stuff is gonna help him so damn much, and he's gonna have a phenomenal year. It is obvious that they view him as the future, so yeah, Braun Breaker gets an A. Brutus Creed. Brutus Creed is under the learning tree of Chad Gable, and honestly it has helped him so damn much in the sense that we actually get to see him almost every single week now. Whether or not he has a match or not is obviously very minimal in my opinion. He doesn't get many matches, but when he does, he has great matches, I want to say, and the segments that he has with Chad Gable are pretty memorable. He is obviously remembered as being the unhinged one, so yeah, take that as you will, but Brutus Creed, honestly, with the segments that he gets, he does a pretty solid job with it. I'm going to have to probably give him a D, but yeah, he's done good with what he gets, but he just doesn't get seen enough, and in my opinion, it hasn't been too memorable, so yeah, let's just see what goes for him. Oh lord, Candice LeRae. Yeah, I really don't know what they've done with her. I mean, I don't remember when the last time she was seen outside of maybe it was since the Elimination Chamber. And yes, obviously she is the Speed Champion, but you don't really see that unless you're watching X. So I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Candice LeRae, I want to say, was off to a pretty good start, but then things started not going her way. I gotta say, I think the highest I can give her is a C. I mean, I think she started the year strong, but then things happened and she kind of went off a cliff. So yeah, the highest I can go is a C. Oh, Carlito. I gotta give this man an S. Anytime he's in there, Carlito just saves the day. I mean, seriously, Carlito is so damn funny. Carlito gets an S. Carmelo Hayes. Honestly, with what he's been given, you would think he's kind of been like shafted a little bit, but being under the learning tree of The Miz, and The Miz being one of those heels that is exactly like Carmelo Hayes, one of those cocky heels that, honestly, I really like what they're doing with him being under the learning tree of The Miz. I think it's phenomenal for him, and I think it's really, really going to help him a lot on understand the heel side of things, and quite frankly, I really have enjoyed every segment that he's a part of. I think I got to give him a B. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes has done really good this year. Next we have Chad Gable, otherwise known as El Grande Americano, and I gotta give him a B this year. Chad Gable has done really, really good with what has been given to him, and he, quite frankly, is a lot of fun to watch. Chad Gable gets a B. Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair gets a B with what she has been given, and what she has done with what she's been given. I think she struggles with accepting the fact that she's a heel, but it is what it is. I think Charlotte Flair has done a solid job with what she's been given. It's just fans do not like her in general. So separate the hate for her and whatever you want to call it, but yeah, Charlotte Flair's had a solid year. Chelsea Green. Yeah, never clip that, but Chelsea Green's had a very solid year so far. I want to say she's had a B this year so far. Yeah, Chelsea Green's had a solid year. Next, we have Chris Sabin. Same boat as Alex Shelley. He gets a C. CM Punk. He gets an A. CM Punk has had a phenomenal year so far. One of the best, if not the best, of the entire roster so far. CM Punk gets an A. Cody Rhodes, same boat as CM Punk. He has had a phenomenal year so far, and if he hasn't had the best year out of everyone, then I don't know who has. I mean, outside of maybe CM Punk, Cody Rhodes has had a phenomenal year. Cruz del Toro, he is stuck in purgatory, kind of like all of LWO. They're all stuck in purgatory. Cruz del Toro gets an F. Dakota Kai, she got benched, as she recently just said, but no. Seriously, Dakota Kai had a solid start to the year, and then she's gone away from TV for like the past 2 months, it feels like. So in my opinion, Dakota Kai gets a D. But again, it has nothing to do with what she's been given. It has nothing to do with her. Has everything to do with what she's been given. So yeah, it's not her fault. It's WWE's fault. Next we have Damian Priest, and God, I hate to say it, but honestly, he's had a solid year so far. I probably would have to give him an A, just because they've been putting him in the spotlight, and honestly, I can't say he is folded in it, but at the same time, I don't think he's been great. But with what he's been given, I mean, he hasn't let down, in my opinion. I think he's done a good job with everything that he's been given. So yeah, Damian Priest gets an A. Ho, 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 my favorite. Dirty Dominic Mysterio. He honestly has had a really slow start to the year, but he has finally started to pick it up since WrestleMania. I gotta give Dirty Dom a B. I would love to give him an A, but I'm keeping this unbiased. He has had a solid year, but he hasn't had a great year in my opinion, and I think it's finally starting to pick up for him, so I would love to see where this goes for him. Dirty Dom gets a B. Dragon Lee, he gets an F. Dragon Lee kind of is in the same boat as all the other LWO, unfortunately. He just has a little bit more personality out of all of them, but again, you do not get to see him very often, so it's like, you can't really rate him anything higher. I mean, you barely see the LWO. So yeah, Dragon Lee gets an F. And again, I don't know if you want to say it's WWE's fault or his fault, but honestly, when I do see him, it's not anything memorable, I gotta be honest. Oh yeah, one of my favorites, Drew McIntyre, he gets an A. Drew McIntyre has been, hands down, one of the most consistent wrestlers of these past year or two. He has just been so consistently good, and you can just rely on him to make a feud amazing. Like the Priest feud, he made that one amazing, and yeah. I don't have anything else to say about Drew McIntyre. He's just phenomenal. So yeah, Drew McIntyre gets an A. Elton Prince from Pretty Deadly, I want to say gets a C. I think he has made whatever thing he's a part of kind of entertaining in my opinion, and that's the whole point of Pretty Deadly, is that they just make whatever they're in entertaining in the weirdest way possible. But yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about him. I mean, some people find Pretty Deadly strange or weird or whatever the hell you want to call it, but honestly, I find them a little bit funny whenever they're out there. So yeah, they add a little bit of entertainment to it, so I can't give them anything higher than a C. But if you want to say he gets a D, I wouldn't argue that, honestly. Next we have Eric from the War Raiders, and in my opinion, War Raiders have been one of the most, if not the most, overrated tag team of the entire year. Yeah, War Raider, Eric gets a D. I mean, he doesn't get an F because we see him almost weekly, but yeah, with when we do see him, it is nothing memorable. Sure, he puts on pretty okay matches, but I don't care what you say, man. Eric is not memorable in the slightest, and so for that alone, I can't rank him anything higher than that. Oh, this guy has had a fall from grace, if I'm being honest. Finn Balor, wow, this poor guy, honestly. I would love to rank him so high, but I just cannot. Finn Balor, I think at the highest he can go is a C. I don't think he has had a very memorable year at all, but whenever we do see him, it's a solid performance from him. I don't know. I mean, the stuff that's going on in the Judgment Day locker room obviously is one of some of the most engaging stuff this year, but man, WWE has a passion with making these things drag on longer than they should, and that is kind of what's happening with Dom and the Finn feud. They are dragging it out and making it take forever to ever happen. I mean, I'm actually okay with the fact that Finn's not mad at Dom for beating him, but Wow, they are just not planting enough seeds of betrayal right now. Yeah, Finn Balor gets a C. Now, I don't know whether or not I should include her on this list, but I have heard reports that she's being called up to the main roster, and that is Julia. Honestly, I would say Julia gets an A. She has done a phenomenal job in NXT, and I'm actually loving her heel work so far. She's a very interesting character, in my opinion, and we don't have enough heels on the roster, in my opinion, and especially in the women's division. There are not enough heels. Liv Morgan is like one of the only heels that is consistently amazing, and Julia, I think, is getting to that point. Obviously, I'm not saying she is at a Liv Morgan level, but she is getting to the point where she's a consistently solid heel, and in and week out, when we see her, she's doing a very good job. I talked about him before with Austin Theory. We got Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is in the same boat as Austin Theory, but in my opinion, I don't know about all you, but I find Grayson Waller a little bit more entertaining. It doesn't mean I'm going to give him a higher grade, though. I give him an F, same thing as the Austin Theory, but I find Grayson Waller more funny. He's a funny heel because he's a douche, and it's just great. It fits his character so well, and I absolutely love Grayson Waller. But again, we don't see him enough, so Grayson Waller gets an F. The Ring General, Gunther. Gunther gets a B. He has had a solid year, but again, he got off to a slow start because Jey Uso has not been one of the greatest opponents for him, and he has basically been fighting Jey this entire year so far. So, yeah, for that alone, Jey Uso has not been a great opponent for him, but Gunther, honestly, is picking it up, I want to say, since March. He's started to have a pretty good year, so yeah, Gunther gets a B. Next, we have Ivar, and he is in the same boat as Eric. I mean, if you want to say, if Eric didn't come back or whatever, I probably would rank Ivar maybe a grade higher than Eric. But since Eric has come back and Ivar has just transitioned into being just a regular tag team again, I gotta give Ivar a D. I mean, he is nothing special, and I don't know why people think Ivar and Eric are good. I mean, they're okay. That's all I can give them. So yeah, they get a D. Next, we have Ivy Nile. Now, I don't remember if I gave Brutus Creed an F or not. If I did, then oh well. But Ivy Nile, I want to say, gets a grade above him. She has been more prominently featured than both Julius and Brutus, so I'm going to give her a grade higher than them. I think I'm going to give her a D if I gave Brutus and Julius an F, but if I didn't, then I'm going to give her a C. And yeah, Chad Gable, I know I gave him a B, but I don't remember what I gave Brutus and Julius. Dude, this list is long, okay? I can't help it. But yeah, Ivy Nile gets one grade higher than them two, because she is a little bit more featured and she has a little bit more personality than both of them. So yeah, that's that. Next, we have Io Sky. Io Sky has had a phenomenal year so far. She gets an A. Io Sky has done a great job so far. So yeah, Io Sky gets an A. Oh yeah, Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu gets an A. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jacob Fatu is fantastic. He gets an A. I don't need to explain it. Jade Cargill. She's been good this year, not great. I'm going to give her a B. Jade Cargill has been solid, but nothing too memorable. So yeah, Jade Cargill gets a B. JD McDonough. Kind of in the same boat as Finn Balor, but if I'm going to give Finn Balor a C, I can't give JD McDonough anything higher than that. So I'm going to give him a C as well. And yes, I know he has been injured for the majority of this year, but when we have seen him, it's been a pretty good stuff I get from him. He does really good in the backstage segments, and then his matches are phenomenal. So yeah, JD McDonough gets a C. Oh Lord, the Yeet Master. Now, I have to be unbiased. He has had a great year, but again, I'm not a fan of Jey Uso, but take it as you will, I don't care. But Jey Uso gets an A, but not because I love him or anything, but I can't deny the facts. He has had a very solid year so far. Jey Uso gets an A. Next, we have Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso I like so much better than Jey, but obviously he is not getting the push that Jey is, so I can't give him anything higher than a B. Jimmy Uso, can't do the Gunther. Jimmy Uso has done a very solid job so far, and yeah, he gets a B. His matches are really good. Joaquin Wilde. Same thing as Cruz del Toro, you know? Same exact thing. He gets an F. Next, we have John Cena. John Cena gets an A. For all the stuff we have seen from him, I know we've barely seen him this year, but the stuff that we have seen from him, it is great stuff. He gets an A. Johnny Gargano from DIY. I think he has done a solid job this year. I want to give him a B. I think he's going to be my highest rated tag team. Johnny Gargano has done a very good job with what he's been given this year. Yeah, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, I want to say, have the biggest personality out of all of them, and that's gonna be helping your grade here. So yeah, they get a B. Next we have Julius Creed, and whatever I said about Brutus Creed is the exact same thing about Julius Creed, you know. Julius Creed, though, got blessed with having at least one-on-one match with Rey Mysterio, and that has helped him a lot because that was a great match, by the way. That was a great match, and it showcased how good Julius Creed really is. So for that alone, I think it was great. But yeah, Julius Creed, I gotta give him the same grade level as Brutus. I mean, you barely kind of notice them. I mean, they're just kind of background dancers in my opinion. So if I gave Brutus a D, then he gets a D. If I gave Brutus an F, then he gets an F. You'll see when I go back and look at this. This guy has been on the rise for me. Karrion Kross has done so damn good with what he's been given, and I can't obviously give him anything higher than a C at the moment, but I mean, he has climbed from F category. I mean, within the past 3 weeks, I want to say, he has climbed all the way up from the F category. I mean, seriously, he was just not being featured, and when he was, he got like maybe 5 seconds. Now that he's getting featured a little bit more prominently and having some matches and having a WrestleMania moment, they obviously see something in him, and they should, because he is really good with what he does. Karrion Kross gets a C. Katana Chance, I mean, I don't know. Their gimmick is just strange. Their gimmick's a little too party for me, but it is what it is. She gets an F though. I'm sorry. Oh, would you look at that? Caden Carter, F. Kevin Owens, unfortunately, we are not going to see him for a long time, but with what we have gotten from him this year already, he gets an A. Kevin Owens has been fantastic. Kit Wilson, same category as what's his face? The other one. Yeah, that's Elton Prince. Sorry, I can't remember everything. Okay, same grade as him. I think I gave Elton Prince a C. So yeah, Kit Wilson gets a C. Kofi Kingston. Before WrestleMania, I would have given this guy a D. I'm not even kidding. I mean, what they have done with the New Day has been freaking atrocious, and I feel bad for them. But after WrestleMania, I gotta give them a C. I think they have done okay with what has been given, but again, they fall into that category of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, where most of their segments happen during the commercial break. So that it is what it is. Next we have LA Knight. Yeah, he has done a fantastic job this year. He has been very underrated, and I think he deserves a pretty solid push coming up soon. I really believe that, and yeah, I mean, I gotta give him an A. I think he has done a great job this year. Liv Morgan. Now, talk about another fall from grace in my opinion. I mean, it's not like she's had a terrible year or anything, but wow, they have booked her pretty poorly this year, and I don't know whether or not that's because of her film coming up and they're not wanting to, you know, guarantee anything with her or push her when she's not going to be here type of thing. So if that is the case, then I can completely understand that. But with whatever she has been given, I got to give her an A still. Even though she has not had as great of a year as she did in 2024, she's still having a good enough year that gives her an A. Logan Paul, now this one you probably are all going to skip over, but I don't really care. I give him a B. His matches are solid, his promos are solid. It is what it is. He gets a B. Oh, Ludwig Kaiser. Yeah, this guy. Well, poor guy. He gets a D. I mean, we barely see him now, and when we do see him, it's nothing special anymore. I mean, the end of 2024, we were thinking we were getting a solid Ludwig Kaiser push, and then it got completely halted, and I don't know why. Yeah, it is what it is. He gets a D. Lyra Valkyria just shot up into the A grade because of what Becky Lynch has been doing with her. I think she has just shot up to the A. She was in B, and now it's just gonna shoot up to an A. I really believe that she's doing a great job. Yeah, Lyra Valkyria gets an A. Maxine Dupree, I think she gets an F. I'm sorry, she's same thing as Akira Tozawa. I mean, she gets an F. She hasn't really been seen enough, and when she is, it's nothing memorable. Michin, I would say around December, October, between that area, I probably would have given her a C, maybe a D, I don't know. But now she gets an F because we barely see her. Montez Ford, same thing as Angelo Dawkins. He gets an A. Or, no, I'm kidding. He gets a C. Naomi, I think she has done a fantastic job so far. She gets an A. I mean, seriously, Naomi has surprised me. I think she has done a very good job so far. She gets an A. Natalia, outside of that tag match with Maxine Dupree in the tag gauntlet, we barely have seen her. She gets an F. Nathan Frazier, same thing as Axiom. He gets an A. His work in NXT was phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what they do in as Fraxium in Smackdown. I can't wait to see what they do with them. Nia Jax, I would have given her a B, but honestly, I think I gotta give her a C now. I mean, I would have given her a B, but yeah, honestly, there has not been much going on with Nia Jax lately, so yeah, unfortunately, she gets a C. Otis, unfortunately, he gets an F. I mean, yes, he has a lot more personality than a lot of the people in the back, but again, you barely see him. Poor Alpha Academy, man. All of them get Fs. Yeah, Otis, I want better for him, but again, we just don't see him enough. Next, we get Penta. Now, I gotta be honest, guys, I really do not understand the hype behind this guy. I mean, I don't understand why people love him so damn much. He does his freaking little Miedo thing like too damn much. I don't care what you call it. He does that too much. He does his little dance thing that's fucking stupid. He does that too much. Honestly, I gotta give him a B. I mean, if you want to give him an A, go right for it. I'm gonna argue it because I don't think he deserves it. B is being nice, okay? B is being nice. I think he's more in the C territory, but sure, we can give him a B. I don't care. Make you guys happy, okay? Pete Dunne. Beginning of the year, kind of solid, but lately, F. Piper Niven, I will say she's done pretty good in the Secret Harvest. I think I gave Alba Fire a D, so I'm gonna give her a D as well. R-Truth, same thing as Carlito, he gets an S. Randy Orton, he gets an A. He's been phenomenal this year. I mean, it's Randy freaking Orton, guys, come on. Raquel Rodriguez, if I could roll my R's, I can normally do it, but that was a pretty big fail. She gets a C. I mean, if it wasn't for Liv Morgan, she'd probably rank a lot lower. Rey Fenix, from what I have seen from him, I have liked him so much. I think he gets an A in my opinion with what we have seen from him so far. I like him a hell of a lot more than Penta, and obviously he just debuted like 3 weeks ago. He's done a solid job. Rey Fenix gets an A in my opinion. Rey Mysterio, unfortunately, he is definitely more seen than LWO is, but again, he's not seen a lot, and now he's not going to be seen for a while because of the injury he just suffered, and he just had surgery on it. For the year that he has had so far, I'd probably give him a C. Rhea Ripley. Now, this might come as a surprise to you, but I'm going to give her a B. I don't think she has had a phenomenal year by any means, but I don't think it's been terrible by any means. So yeah, she gets a B. Roman Reigns, he gets an A. I mean, come on, it's the Tribal Chief. He has done a fantastic job with whenever he is in the building, whenever he is around, everything just skyrockets to the best product that they can have. Yeah, Roman Reigns gets an A. Roxanne Perez, same thing as Julia. I don't know whether or not she's being called up or not, but with what we have gotten from her, she gets an A. She has done a fantastic job at being a heel. We got Rusev next. I mean, he debuted 2 weeks ago on the Raw after WrestleMania. I don't understand everyone's love for this guy. I don't think he's all that, great, but whatever. I think his debut was pretty okay. I mean, they started him off beating up the Alpha Academy, so whatever, I guess. I'll give him a C for now. I mean, I don't know. He had a solid promo as well. I don't know. He gets a C for now. I'm sure it'll change. Sami Zayn, I'm gonna be honest with you, he is one of the most underrated workers there is in WWE. He does not get enough praise in my opinion, and he has just done a phenomenal job with anything he is given. He gets an A. Sami Zayn has been great. Santos Escobar, F. I'm sorry, we don't see him enough, and whenever we do, fans just don't care about him. I can't say anything else about him. Fans just don't care. Next we have Scarlett. I mean, I don't really know why I'm putting her on this list because, again, whenever we do see her, she is just Karrion Kross's manager, and she's not even that. Karrion Kross manages himself, so she's just a background character, I guess you can call it. I don't know, F. Seth Rollins. Now, I said before that CM Punk and John Cena, or CM Punk and Cody Rhodes has had one of, if not the best year. Yeah, I completely forgot about this guy. Seth Rollins has had the best year out of any person. He gets an A+. I'm going to give him an A+, so that it can signify that he has definitely been the best wrestler, WWE person there has been this entire year so far. Next we have Shayna Baszler. I have no idea why am I even including her, but we saw her in the Tag Gauntlet and the Royal Rumble, I think. Maybe not, I don't remember, but F. There's no reason to even have her on this list. Now, I honestly cannot remember the last time we saw Sheamus. I think it was Saturday night's main event, but honestly, I do not remember. But if that is the case, then honestly, I can't give him anything higher than a C. I mean, we just do not see enough of Sheamus. I don't know what the hell has happened to him, but yeah, Sheamus gets a C. I think they're trying to repackage him into something else, you know, reintroduce him when the time is right, I guess you can call it, but I don't know when that time is going to be right, and honestly, time is running out for Sheamus, you know. I can't give him a B because we've barely seen him this year. I would love to give him a B, but with what we've seen from him so far, he gets a C. Shinsuke Nakamura, he gets a D. I just, no, Shinsuke gets a D. I'm sorry. Oh, another fall from grace. Solo Sikoa, yep. I don't know what the hell's happened to him, man. He gets a D. I mean, what the hell? Ever since Jacob Fatu started flourishing, he has just gone right into the trash can. I don't know what the hell has happened with him. I don't know, again, if I should include her on this list, but Stephanie Vaquer. I don't know if I should include her or not, but she has been on Raw the past few weeks. I don't know whether or not they are planning on calling her up soon, but if that is the case, I gotta give her an A. She has been a fantastic champion down in NXT, and again, I have no idea if they're gonna be calling her up or not, but there was really no reason to have her have a match against Ivy Nile this past Monday if the plan isn't to call her up sometime soon. So I think Stephanie Vaquer will be called up, and she gets an A. Tama Tonga, honestly, I don't think we've seen him for a little bit of time here because I think he just got injured, but if I'm giving Solo a D, I gotta give him an F. I mean, I'm sorry. Tama Tonga, we barely see him, and he doesn't really do much. Next, we got The Miz. Honestly, he's doing a great job with helping Carmelo Hayes out, but outside of that, I mean, we don't really get much of Miz anymore. Miz gets a D. Tiffany Stratton, I gotta be honest, guys, she falls into the same category as Rhea. I think she's had a solid year, but I don't think it's been anything memorable. She gets a B. Tommaso Ciampa, same thing as Johnny Gargano. I think I already said it before, he gets a B as well. Tyler Bate, he is back, but again, we barely see him. I don't really know what they're doing with him, but he gets an F. I mean, we haven't seen him since he's returned, basically. Next, we got Zelina Vega. She just won the United States Championship, and that is going to boost her grade up from a F to a D. Yeah, Zelina Vega hasn't been anything special. And last but not least, we are going to end it off on a terrible note, and that being Zoe Stark. She gets an F. We barely see her. So that is that. So it is pretty obvious who has had a good year and who has not had a great year. I mean, WWE makes it very obvious who has had a great year and who hasn't. I mean, it is so obvious when they pick their favorites. So please tell me down below if you agree with my grade or if you don't agree with it. And yeah, I mean, that's all I got for you guys. Until next time, see ya.